This is a story of another businesswoman who fell for, I met someone on a date site and they started developing a relationship. The other person on the other end that she met had, no family but had a boy, probably about a 6 or 7 year old boy, or five. Well, anyway, I can't remember the full details. They started developing a relationship, and the man was going to come over and see her. He apparently had to do some business in Nigeria, but the person started asking in the time for money. Is a very successful man, and he was asking for money from this woman. Now, in between that time, she was developing feelings for this person. They were talking about his little boy, so she started feeling attached to having maybe, decide, well, I'm going to look after this man's child, and maybe this will be a new start in having a family, because the man had no kids, all family had died in car accidents and disasters, and no sisters, brothers, relatives, all that sort of stuff. Well, she started developing feelings, and the other person on the other end did not have a webcam, and the person on the other end had a heavy accent. But she thought, well, that's probably what they've got, a heavy accent. You know, but when they started asking for money, but this person was very successful work-wise, as an engineer or a seller of whatever, she started getting a bit suspicious. Why would such a rich person be asking her for money? And then on top of that, this person's friends started contacting her too, because she started questioning what's going on. Is he a scammer, or is he whatever, whatever? So she was starting to get a bit suspect. Why aren't you sending him money? He's the real person. You don't trust him, do you? There was a whole big scenario of things going on the instant message. Well, she started developing feelings, and I'm sure she started sharing her emotions with him, to find out later that he was a black man. He was in Nigeria. He was not the person in the photo, and she was devastated. So she went looking all over the internet to find this information, and she found out that other people had been scammed by the same person also around the same time period. So when the person says they're going to bed, or they've got a headache, or I'll see you tomorrow, what they're doing is not. They're continuing a conversation with someone else. Or, hang on, I've got to go to the toilet. 20 minutes later, an hour later, they may come back. Oh, I forgot I was busy, or the phone rang. Hang on. But what they're doing is chatting to a couple of people at the same time. They're not developing relationships, but they're developing 419 Nigerian scams. I hope this video helps you. I came across this person on the internet last year, spent some time with them as I usually do in understanding their situation and the person they fell for or fell in love with, or the developed feelings were happening, and explained to them that this is fake, this isn't real, this is what's really happening. Of course, some people get upset with me, but in the end, they really thank me for the time that I've given them to understand that. But, that's to do with scams. They keep doing it, don't they? And I'll talk about other people too in the end, but, I've got a million stories of the people that I've met who had been scammed. If you've been scammed, I'm sorry it happened. You can contact me and we can work through the process with you.